Adaku was tired and sat down as soon as it was her turn, and she looked into the mirror. But the reflection of Afika scared her so much that she got up immediately. Afika asked her what was wrong, but she pretended to be pressed. She looked at the mirror again, and she saw Afika with two horns, the face of a wolf, and plenty of fingers wriggling. Once upon a time, in a small Nigerian village called Aba, there lived a man named Afika. He's a very talented hair maker with customers lining up to break their hairs. Aba had very little amount of hairdressers, and as soon as Afika arrived, he slashed hair prices by half, and soon his salon was always filled to the brim. He braided people's hair as fast as three people, and they would even fight to get their hair done. But there is a strange thing about Africa. He is always smiling, which some people do find strange. He laughs at things that aren't funny but hardly speaks. And when he does, he only uses monosyllabic words like yeah, no, oh. Some people do not read any meaning to his strange behavior, while some find it weird. One day, a young lady named Adaku, the daughter of a very powerful herbalist, visited the strange hairmaker with her friends. At first, she had a strange feeling about the place, but when she told her friends, they called her a weirdo. I wonder why you're always different. Everyone is using the new hair braider, and no one has ever complained. It's been good reviews from the start, and everyone that he has made for has always loved it. So why don't you want to go where everyone is going? Her friends left her as she didn't have any tangible reason to give for not going to the new hair braider. But she changed her mind and called after them as she ran after them. When they got there, the crowd was so much that they had to wait in line for hours. Adaku was tired and sat down as soon as it was her turn, and she looked into the mirror. But the reflection of Afika scared her so much that she got up immediately. Afika asked her what was wrong, but she pretended to be pressed. She looked at the mirror again, and she saw Afika with two horns, the face of a wolf, and plenty of fingers wriggling. She looked surprised, but as she tried to look away, Afika turned his face towards her, and she got more scared. She dragged her two friends away from there, but they wriggled free and went back to take their spots to get their hair done because they have been waiting in line for a long time. Adaku tried to stop them, but they wouldn't listen. She quickly left before Africa could get a chance to touch her hair. She went to another salon to get her hair done and waited at a spot for her friends. And when they passed by, she told them what she saw, but they both burst out laughing. They did not believe Adako because of what she said earlier, and it hurt her greatly. She left her two friends as they made fun of her. Africa knows that Adako had seen his true image, so he decided to visit her after the day's work. But when he got to her home, he met Adako's father. He told her father to tell her that he came around and he left. When Adako arrived, her father told her about the strange hairdresser who came looking for her, and Adako became more scared. She told her father about the strange image of the hairdresser which she saw at his shop, but her father warned her not to tell any other person to avoid being harmed by the strange hairdresser. Her father further explained to her that the hairdresser is an evil spirit who is a leader of a wolf pack in the spirit world. He is on a mission to get more power to defeat his opponent in the spirit world and become the king. He uses each strand of his customer's hair to achieve that. The more hair he makes and the strand of hair he steals, the longer it owns and its power. Now that you have seen him, he would want to harm you, but with my powers, I will help prevent that. Her father assured her. He chanted some incantations and gave her a neck chain. He told Adako that she would be safe from danger as long as she wears the necklace. Adako thanked her father and she felt better, knowing that she's safe. Days passed and the crowd at Africa's salon kept increasing by the day. But surprisingly, everyone would get their hair done regardless of how many there may be. Still, the villagers did not understand what was going on. Weeks later, all the people who made hair at Africa's salon found out that their hairs have grown twice the original size. But what they did not realize is that they are growing horns too, and it takes someone with a spiritual eye like Adaku to actually see the horn. And the more horn the people grow, the longer the evil hairdresser's horn will get. One evening, as Adaku walked around the village, she began to see most of the village women growing horns and looking like wolves. She was very scared because no matter where she stood, she would always see people with horns and wolf face. Later that day, she met her two friends to tell them what she saw, but they had the same look as all the village women. So she did not tell them anything. Adako decided to tell her father again as she ran home in fear. But as she walked along the forest path, she found Africa and two women in their true form. Afika's horn had grown bigger and longer than the last time, and this confirmed her father's words. They blocked her way as they tried to stop her. They moved closer to grab her, but were stopped by the powerful necklace given to Adaku by her father. Afika and the two women fell to the ground, and Adaku ran away, seizing the opportunity. When she got home, she explained what she saw to her father, and he quickly sprung into action. He gave Adaku a liquid to pour into Africa's braiding items, like combs to reverse the curse placed by Africa on the villagers. Africa's intention is to turn as many villagers as possible into wolves and take them to the animal kingdom. According to her father, anyone who has made hair at Africa's salon will be turned into a wolf in the spiritual realm, and they would no longer be successful in everything they do until they destroy the comb and other braiding items by dipping them in the liquid he gave her. He asked Adako to pour the liquid when no one is watching, but Adako was scared of carrying out her father's instructions, but he reassured her that the necklace would protect her. When she got to Africa's place, she found the place empty without any item left behind. Harako did not know what to do, as she kept seeing people with horns and wolf faces around the village wherever she turned. She went back home to inform her father, and together they went in search of the evil air breather. They journeyed as far as the next village until they found Africa already settled and braiding more people's hair in that village. Hadaku and her father waited for Africa to finish for the day, and they entered his hut as soon as the opportunity presented itself. They poured the liquid in his braiding art items and left quietly. The next day, Africa braided hair with a comb without realizing that it had been dipped in a powerful liquid. Hadaku and her father hid behind a tree and watched him. By the time he realized, it was too late. As he finished braiding a woman's hair, Africa looked into the mirror and found out that his arms were shrinking, which means that he would lose his status as an elder in the spirit world. He screamed in pain and disappeared into thin air. The people on the line scampered for safety, scared at what they saw. Adako and her father came out of hiding to explain to the people that Africa is a strange creature from the spirit world, and anyone who has braided their hair at his place must use the comb to loosen their hair or comb it. Failure to do that would mean that such a person would become a wolf and be taken to the spiritual world. The people quickly used the comb, and Adako's father chanted some incantations as they did. After that, they took the comb to their village and did the same thing, and the people were released from the evil air breather. This story teaches us that sometimes, when something is too cheap or seems too good to be true, it is best to avoid it. Also, doing what everyone else is doing may not be the right approach. Sometimes it's okay to be different or do things differently. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below if you enjoyed this video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.